All right, welcome back. We're at the Steam Railroad Institute again in Owosso, Michigan. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the M, or the mathematics, that goes into a huge steam engine like this. So what we're going to focus on today is we're going to take a look at this wheel and do a little math related to it. So this is just one wheel of the 1225 steam engine, which if you got to see our video last week was featured in the movie Polar Express. So this wheel is about 69 inches in diameter. So that means it's about 69 inches tall. And I'm about 73 inches tall, so it's almost as tall as I am. So one thing we might wonder about is if it's that tall, when we roll this wheel, how far can we get the engine to move each time we roll this wheel around? So let me show you a little mathematics that'll help you figure that out. So when we look at the wheel rolling around, the math word for that is what we call circumference. So that's the distance. If we would measure all the way around the outside of this wheel, that would tell us how big the wheel is when we roll it down the track. So to figure that out, let me show you the two numbers we need here. So if this is my wheel, this will be my small version of it here. So we have our diameter. So our diameter on our wheel is 69 inches. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But let's say you were measuring a plate or something about that size at home. That'd probably be about 7 inches in diameter. And then if you would measure all the way around the outside of the plate, like with a tape measure or a plastic tape measure, you should get about 22 inches when you do that. So the difference, so if you look at the size of that circumference compared to the diameter, if you divide one by the other, no matter what size of wheel you have, you usually get about the same number when you do that. So let's see what number we get when we do that. So if we take 22 divided by 7, so we get 3, it gives us 1 left, so we get a 1. So it works out to about 3.14 when we do the math for that. So 3.14 has a really special name for it. It's called pi, but it's not like a chocolate pie that you get to eat at home. This is pi instead of PIE. But that number pi, when we draw the symbol, kind of looks like that. So now that we know that number, once we know how big a wheel is, how big the diameter is, we can figure out that circumference. So let's go back to our big wheel over here. So that wheel was 69 inches. So if I multiply that by pi, let's see what we get. Okay, that would work out to about 216 or 217 inches if we tried to do that. So to get a feel for that, let's see how many feet that is. So about 18 feet around. So that's about like 3 times as big as I am. So if we rolled that wheel down the track, each time we roll it, we move about 3 times as tall as I am. So having this really huge wheel is going to come in handy for getting this huge 1225 engine to move down the track. All right, so if you want to try that at home, go ahead and try measuring some round things at home. Measure that diameter, measure that circumference, divide one by the other, see how close you get to pi each time to see if that works out for you. All right, with that, thank you very much for joining us in our series at the Steam Railroad Institute. We'll look forward to seeing you again next time.